get started. Wasn't say dude, I was like debating on this fucking like getting a new computer and shit, like a pretty good computer. But I'm like really on the edge about doing it because me and my wife got other things we want to do with the money. Well, we don't have no money, but like investing in, and it was like like I told her about when I was younger that I was trying to start a lawnmower business, had a cool name and everything for it, and but um, but but like I told her, you know what, fuck the lawnmower service because the lawnmower service, you know, I gotta get a truck, I gotta get the actual lawnmower for it, which the the amount of money that I put into that side business, I mean, I don't know. I feel pretty iffy about it. I'm still thinking about it, but it's like buying the truck, buying the lawnmower, getting the equipment for it, and then possibly having somebody help me. You know what I'm saying? That it not that it costs money, but it's this, but just to buy that stuff and then have like where you don't have no business. When and there's a lot. I would say there's a lot of money in keeping up with the stuff. You know, making sure maintaining the tools, maintaining the truck. That maybe I'll just go into video editing, and I'm not a good editor at all. Yeah, but to get it down, and because right now I'm working on a piece of shit ass computer, and I'm trying to video it as much as I can, and the the what is the I don't know if it's the computer or not. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's got to be the app I'm using. They're trash. That they be asking me for bugs and stuff. Oh, what's wrong with our stuff? So I'm thinking maybe we invest in getting a good computer and, you know, having my service as a video editor. You know, a basic one. You know what I'm saying? And charge. You know, just like a Mexican does, cheap. You know what I'm saying? And seeing if I can grow a business like that and just video editing. Because then that way I don't have to be outside really communicating with the people in person. I could do it over the phone and over online and shit and over Skype and shit and just have them sing it. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm gonna see what's up with that because I was a little scared about getting a computer and then having to have like we have to get another vehicle and stuff. But with this, we won't need another vehicle. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But let me go ahead and make a smoothie right now. Smoothie, I mean my blended meal. Here, you want another piece, bro? Man, get your ass out here, dude. Let me see. Kali, like in Dragon Ball it is. I remember the first time I seen Dragon Balls, well not Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball was when, I don't know, I was probably about 15. I was 15, 16. And my mom and it was me, my mom, my brother, my sister. Yeah, three of us was living in this small 2-bedroom trailer. And my mom and my stepfather had split up again. So we were living in a 2-bedroom trailer. And we shared you know, of course me and my brother shared the same room. And then my stepbrother came along, so he was sharing the room too. So it was just too many of us on only one little bed, one three of us on one bed. So sometimes I would just take my sister. Well, she had her TV in the restroom, the only restroom we had. So I would lay out my covers on the floor and sleep in the restroom and watch TV. And like 5:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes, come on, Daddy. All right. Look at you, man. Here, grab my back legs. Grab my back legs. No, come on, stand up, stand up, stand up. Grab my back legs. There you go. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. I guess I'm a human walker. But let's see. Good job, man. Well, puppy. Got to put my mushrooms in. Go big and strong like Super Mario. I got the water running because I like the hot water in my, because the ice, I don't like my body working up this cold. So I think I'm wasting water. Fuck you. Yeah, I was saying that I was watching Dragon Balls and I was sleeping in the restroom. I stay up all night. Probably to watch Girls Gone Wild. but I would stay up all night and then it'll turn into like 5 in the morning or whatever, and I would catch Dragon Ball Z. I can't believe I remember the time of it. He used to play on a Mexican TV station. And now you know how I got on there, but yeah, Mexican TV station, because it was just regular TV, it was no cable, we have cable. So it was a Mexican TV station and I found Dragon Ball, and come to find out now, like, people in Mexico love Dragon Ball Z, anime basically. And I was watching it and I liked it, and I started watching. I started waking up or started even staying late till 5 o'clock to just watch that show. And didn't know what they're saying, because I mean, even though I'm Hispanic, I never learned how to speak Spanish. My mom didn't speak it, my dad didn't speak it. They know how to speak Spanish, but they never taught me how to speak Spanish as I grew up. So I never learned it. And I guess they figure that I wouldn't need to learn it because you're in America, so you need to speak English. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, so I never was taught Spanish, and I ended up on that Mexican station. I started watching Dragon Balls, and ever since I fell in love with Dragon Balls, and I watched Dragon Ball, and then to Dragon Ball Z, and then now into the new Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, it was a crazy journey to watch Dragon Balls. It motivated me to work out, to be fast, you know, like Goku, just as Royce Jones did. Royce Jones was one of my other idols, which you shouldn't have no idols, but he was one of my other idols I used to watch. When I first seen him, it was on, I think, an HBO, what do they call it? HBO replay of the fight from pay-per-view from the last week or something. And I watched him fight this dude, and everyone knows who it is. I forgot his fucking name, but the dude he was fighting, he had blue trunks on, and he was an Australian cop, I think. And it's when Roy Jones puts his hands behind his back, and then he dodges left and right, and then punches. It was the left, and then it was the right, and then he punches him with the right punch, and then gets out the way, and dude drops him. I was amazed by that talent. So I strive to be just like Roy Jones, fight like Roy Jones. I had like a Roy Jones I don't know how I'm trying to say it. I had a Roy Jones style. So I always practice with my hands down, hitting the bag and stuff, and try to use what Roy Jones had, but not necessarily mimic the actual him, but just being comfortable and being loose and fast at that, fast and powerful. But now I've, over the years of hitting the bag, I've like my left hand is more powerful, I would say, because I'm a right-handed, I'm an orthodox, so my right hand was more powerful, and I always use that Roy Jones style where he's always hitting triples and doubles, and then so I started training my left hand to hit, so I would work a softball, and then it grew into where like now my fucking left hand is not my power hand, but it's my, like I have to like almost stand in a boxer's style, like not with my hands up because I'm still used to my hands down, but just have that like foot planted and hitting it in the bag, and two, my bags what do you call it? It's station. It's not. It's like got that because it's on that tripod. I guess you want to call it a tripod. It like hinders it from me from moving the way I want to around the bag. Like there's another video of mine where you see me like moving all around the bag and hitting it. And the bag was not real light, but it's the same weight as this bag, I always say. But this bag, since I've been having it outside, it got rained on, so it got real heavy because of the rain. So that bitch probably got mold and everything in it. I'm not even sure. But I'm pretty sure mold. But that bag is real heavy because the rain saturated it and it made it heavy. That bitch has to be at least 2+, because even I can't pick that bitch up. So it has to be like 250+. It has to be a 250+ bag, and when I'm hitting it, that motherfucker is not moving as much, but it doesn't do what I want it to do. So that way I can move around. But let me get back on this. He's eating raspberries. He loves raspberries. Well, he loves which is crazy, he loves a lot of the alkaline foods, fruits and vegetables. But he's getting tired of the honey melon, dude. I think my wife was saying these ain't alkaline, but a lot of stuff that's alkaline has been changed. So we're gonna get a tester to test some of these alkaline foods that we buy. Really, we want to grow our own shit so we can make sure it is alkaline. But he's getting tired of cantaloupes and these honey melon doo-doos. So he's going back to raspberries and blackberries now. He doesn't really fuck with the blueberries, but yeah. I forgot to take my sea moss. Let me take some of my sea moss out. Usually I drink like a glass of sea moss, hemp seed, and agave, but I'm gonna make some French toast too. Some agave, but it's like a lot of water. I drink this and then I drink my herbal teas and then drink that. So I'm just like, fuck that. I'll just take 3 scoops of that and then drink this. And then drink my herbal tea, because I think it's too much water for me. So much water, I probably end up drowning in this shit. So we're going to make the French toast and cheese. And I should be making Watch this. From my mom, my nephew, that are like, oh, that's gross and it's nasty. Watch this. Always with excuses and shit. But yet drinking beer. Not my nephew, but my mom. Liquor and beer is nasty. And, oh, but this right here, oh, if I don't eat it, I'm gonna throw it up. Come on, man. It's bull. Cause we sure will be taking those shots and stuff. Look at that scoop. Try to suck on it like it's a nipple. Here. He's doing it himself. No more? You finished? No, don't play with it, man. You gotta eat it. See? It's not that hard. Good job. I tell you another story about when I was living at that trailer that I actually got like 2 good stories that actually stick out. And one has to do with my brother snitching me out. And it was mind you, I'm like 15 years old. And I'm not proud of it, but without these experiences I wouldn't be who I am today. So fuck it. But the brother who I love dearly, I love him, and my sister and my mom. But we were living at that house, and we were at, my mom, I would assume, being a teenager kid, you don't worry about bills. There's never a low point, I guess, for me. I guess even though we moved out and moved back in with my stepfather and moved back out, but it never seemed, it's hard to say that, but like some days seemed gloomy, but to me it seemed like it was always fun, I guess. And I started hanging out with 2 of my friends who got me into like cocaine and shit. And we were smoking at the time. I was smoking weed, basically. That's all I was doing because I was so scared of doing other drugs, really. Which I was never presented those drugs, but until I met these guys. But it took me a while before I wanted to do cocaine because I was so scared. Because all the movies I seen, I'm like, oh, these dudes suck dick and shit. I guess at that time I felt like, you know what? I think I could possibly take one. Whatever the thought was, but I finally was like, you know what? I guess it was because my parents, of course, they're doing it. I'm like, well, they ain't suck my dick, so I guess they're not. I guess it doesn't do what they says in the movies. So that might be a reason why, like, sometimes telling these or scaring people into certain out of things
kind of backfires, I guess. You know, your parents don't do this, don't do that, and you always end up doing it. You know, just same thing as, you know, white parents, white dads, I'm gonna say, you know, always convincing their white daughters to stay away from black guys, and then they end up marrying black guys and shit. It's something like that, I guess. So, you know, it's like a rebellion thing. Like, you know, oh, you tell me not to date black guys, so I'm gonna fuck black dudes and Mexicans and shit. But anyways, but yeah, but you know, my mom, you know, made it apparent like don't do drugs. You know what I'm saying? So I would say early, you know, late 15. It took me a while to start actually smoking weed and doing, you know, other drugs. At the age of 15, it took me a while because my cousins and them were probably smoking way before I was. And I'm talking about 15, so they're already doing it earlier. And there's kids that do drugs way earlier than that. But me, I started at 15. To me, it felt late. But when I was smoking, you know, I ended up getting into some coke with my friends, you know, and they were like, you know, hey, like, and I was like, man, I don't want to do it because I skipped out before, and they're just like, you know, it's not that bad, and he's like, the only thing that makes you do it makes you want to fight for the first time. I'm like, I guess I took it, and it made me want to fight somebody, and but anyway, fuck that story. So, you know, I've been doing coke for a while, you know, as a party, like weekend thing. And I'm using my dad's child support money, basically. My mom would split it and give it to us. So me and my brother would get half and half. So it was like, I guess sometimes it'd be $60 that it would come to us, and we'll split it in half, 30 for him, 30 for me. And my dad's still on child support to this day too, to tell you the truth. It's crazy, man. This fucking system is crazy. So like right now, if he has a job that pays him payroll, they'll deduct money from him and give it to my mom, and well, she'll get it. But if I already needed to and ask her, you know, hey, give me that money, she'll give it to me. But yeah, but my dad's still on child support, so the system's fucked up. But yeah, so we would get our child support, and I would buy some weed and I'll get some coke probably, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was doing coke and my brother knew about it, and we were at the house, and me and him always got into it a lot, you know what I'm saying? You know, you know, he's 1 year younger than me, so, you know, of course we were always combating about being the alpha male, I guess. And we were just, you know, getting mad one day, and we were just going back and forth and shit like that, and then he just looks at my mom, he tells my mom, oh, your son's a crackhead. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, you didn't, dude. I was like, I knew what he was talking about. He was talking about me doing coke and shit. He knows I wasn't doing crack and shit, but he put that out there. I'm like in the way he worded it too was, you know, to make her pissed, you know, get pissed and possibly kick me out, which is pretty messed up. But still, you know, he don't know no better. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, did you just really tell mom that I'm doing crack, dude? And I was just like, my mom just like, it broke her heart, you know what I'm saying? She just like stopped what she was doing. She was just like, with all seriousness, like, looked at me right in my eyes. And then I think she told me, look at me in my eyes, Junior. She's like, you're not doing coke, are you? And I'm like, man, and here comes that whole, you know, tell the truth within a lie, you know what I'm saying? I never understood that at first, you know what I'm saying? Like, where for Scarface, he used to say, I always tell the truth even when I lie. You know, when he says that in the movie, I never understood that. And then in that instant, I knew what it meant. And I probably was doing it, but I never knew what it really meant. And then when she looked at me and she's like, look me in my eyes, Junior, are you doing coke? And I was like, man, Mom, it's not even like that. I was like, man, I only did it one time, and I didn't like it, and I'll never do it again. You know what I'm saying? Which that was a lie too. And I kept doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a funny ass story to me how like that situation went down. I was like, he called me a crackhead. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, and that was one of my stories, and